Hey everybody, hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'm doing alright as ever. It looks like it's nighttime, but I can't sleep for whatever. So yeah, you guys are about to see a time lapse of me building some of Pirate Cove. Yeah, I've done a lot of work on this. It's taken me many hours. Oh, that's what it is. That makes sense. Astral Sorcery. I did not spell sorcery, right? Wow. But yeah, the Pirate Cove, it looks really cool. There's a whole bunch of windy bits and such in it. And you guys will see that right when we come back from the break, and I'll be walking around and just talk about it for a second. Anyways, enjoy the time lapse and the music. Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed that quick little time lapse of me building some of this. Sorry it's choppy, I'm still not used to the replay mod. There's a lot that I need to learn about him. But yeah, this is just a little area. So each one of these platforms, I want it to be some sort of mod or some sort of theme as we go along. Like I want these platforms right here to be the nature kind of stuff. So we're going to be doing bees, farms, all kind of that kind of stuff. And we're going to go into the mountain. And that's going to be the little place. I left that pillar there because I'm not sure what I want to build there yet. That platform down there is probably just going to be the entrance area. That platform back there is probably going to be, what's it called? Like machines and such. As we go up, this is going to be storage, nature. And then over here is just going to have a bunch of random stuff. And I'll think of what I want each platform's purpose to be as time goes on. But right now, I'm just not really sure of everything. But as we go further up and up, there's not really a way to walk all the way up this yet because I just haven't fleshed it all out yet. And some things are still unfinished, like that staircase. But it gives you a gist of the feel that I'm going for. As you're walking up, you see all these winding paths and confusing builds and all that kind of stuff. And stuff that doesn't look structurally sound, like it was built by pirates here and like a quick rush. That's kind of the idea I was going for here. That really needs to be worked on. That doesn't make sense at all. And then I was talking about that waterfall last episode. And I thought it would be kind of cool if they like took time to reroute. Oh, I just fell. Reroute the waterfall as they settled here. So that's why I kind of did this little, it's not really a pipe, but like aqueduct almost. It just leads them off. And once we're here, this is going to be the start of this episode. In this room, we're going to get kickstarted on Botania. So basically, I've made one thing to kickstart us, and that's the pedal apothecary. Oh, I should have just kept that in my inventory. Pedal. So basically, it's cobblestone slabs, and then you need some sort of mystical flower. Now, mystical flowers can be found all over the world. I have a whole bunch of examples here. Or these aren't really mystical flowers. Those are used for something else. But yeah, we have a couple different mystical flowers. I don't have all of the colors yet, but we'll get them in the future. But for now, that's plenty for me. So what I want to do, let's eat some food real quick. And then I also made this backpack. This is just a white backpack, and it basically requires a lot of sticks and string, essentially. You get this woven cloth, and that's string, sticks. You need 8 of it, and then you get a backpack, and then you can dye the backpack whatever color. I just haven't took the time to dye my backpack. I know that there's better backpacks in the games. I just haven't looked into them and took the time to learn the mods yet, so I didn't want to dive straight into those. But yeah, Botania. So the reason that I like Botania is the mod author describes it himself as a magic mod disguised as a tech mod. And I'm all about magic, and I'm all about tech. And then you combine them two together, and you get Botania. That's just what I want. So then, you're also going to need the Lexica of Botania. I think you spawn in with this whenever you generate the world, though you can make it. And I ended up making it because I lost mine. So it's just a tree of any sort, and then you add on a book, and it gets you Lexica Botania. And basically what I want to... We need to get started on this. Yeah, we need a Pure Daisy. So Pure Daisy is a very basic thing, and it gives you 2 of the most basic resources in the game, which is living wood and living rock. And basically we need 4 white petals for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go ahead, I'm going to have to go in here, I'm going to have to... White flower, shimmering white mushroom. I think you can use a mushroom as well. Now is there any way to double what I'm getting from these? No, they just give you 2 by default. I don't think there's a way we can double them. Hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, my cat was meowing right into the microphone. It is what it is. But yeah, these will each give me 2 of them. And I need 4, so you just kind of queue it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives you that little interface. And then whenever you make something in the pedal apothecary, you have to go ahead and just drop a seed on it. And we got a Pure Daisy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this probably over here in this corner. Let's move that torch, probably put it right there. And what you do is you place either stone or, yeah, so stone or oak logs around it. And it turns these into kind of building materials that you use in Botania. I'm just doing 4 and 4. You don't have to mix it. You can do one or the other. And eventually we'll have a whole bunch of these producing stuff, but for now that's plenty. And I'm just gonna let it do its own work over there. You can see the particles, it'll take a minute to complete that. Now what I want to get into is, yeah, we want to do an endo flame. Endo flames, basically, these are flowers that generate mana. Now mana is like the power equivalent in Botania. This is what you use for everything. And endo flames just use coal. They're one of the most basic ones that we can make. So I want to go ahead and do that. So that's 2 browns, a light gray, and a red. So let's see. One of those. I have a red, and then I need a light gray. It's all there. Boom. 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 Let's see. Oh, we have to always fill this up. My inventory's full. This always happens whenever I'm playing mods. Hold on. Let's drop these off in there. I just had those because we're gonna have to process those as time goes on, like right now. Yeah. So now we've got living wood and we've got living rock over here. They're actually kind of nice building blocks. I really do like them. And I'm probably gonna end up decorating this room with them eventually. But for now, they're serving the purpose. Now, this one I'm going to do all living wood. Oh wait, no, I need, sorry, I'm mixing up where I'm putting stuff. I do need a single block of living stone, and that's, or yeah, living stone, because we're going to need it for a crafting recipe here in just a second. Anyways, so I think it's 2 browns, a gray, and a red. Yep, and that gets you an endo flame, and you drop a seed. Got an endo flame. So we can't really do anything until we get that stone block right there. So yeah, what do I want that stone block for? That stone block is going to be used to make a mana. Oh, it's 2 words. Mana pool. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different mana pools, but I want this mana, just the basic one, and that's just 5 living rock. So yeah, you see there it's going now. We'll just give that a second. And then what am I going to do in the meantime? Let's go ahead and fill this back up. Pop this open. Pure Daisy, Runic Altar. Okay, so we need mana first. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this. There we go. And then pop out some stone. Let's get some stone going now. Nope. There. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, just for now, I'm gonna throw that there. And then we need a crafting table. So go ahead and do that. Do that. Let's pop that down just right there for now. And let's make a mana pool. So what we do is, I'm just gonna throw that, actually, hold on, so let's make a wand of the forest. And this is kind of like the equivalent of like a wrench in a tech mod. You need these living wood twigs, and you need just 2 random petals. So living wood twigs is just 2 living wood on top of each other, and you need 2 per. So let's do that. And then I just need some random colors. If you get mushrooms, I suggest using them because they only produce 1 dye. Actually, I don't think it really... No, because you're just using the... Never mind. Ignore what I said. I just like using the mushrooms because they take up room. So yeah, once you're holding this, you can actually... You can see stuff. Like, that isn't connected to any mana source right now. And that's... actually, I'll get to it in a second. So that's not connected to any mana source. If I do that, I can actually do... Boom, boom. Oh, we have to get to... Oh, I'm skipping a step. Look at me, I'm skipping a step. Let's break these blocks. So how mana works is that you have to transport it around, almost as if it's like a wireless network. But what happens is you need a thing called a mana spreader. Mana spreader is just this recipe, so it's gold and a feather, gold and a petal of some sort. And I don't have gold on me, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back here. So I went ahead and I got some gold. So basically what we're going to use is just a random petal. What do we have the most of? We have the most of orange. If you always have a generic crafting recipe, I try to use the petal that I have the most of at the time. So now we've got a mana spreader. So what happens is just place this in a general vicinity of the flower. So right there is probably going to do fine. So I'm going to shift right click it, and that means it's on a link mode. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the mana spreader. So any mana produced by this flower is going to go to this mana spreader. Now this mana spreader, we're then going to shift right click, and then we're going to tell it to go to the mana pool. So what happens is if I drop a piece of coal, Endoflame picks it up, and it's going to burn it. And the Endoflame takes a second. Yep, there it goes. It kicks on, and we get a little bit of mana. And if we click this, we can see how much mana we have there. That little line of blue over there in the left. That's how much mana we have right now. And these have a 5-minute cooldown. So basically we have to wait 5 minutes to get to produce another burst of mana, or 5 minutes to give it a piece of coal for it to produce more mana. So in the meantime, what I want to do is we can do a thing called floral fertilizer. And what this does is it gets us a little bit more... Hold on, let me think about this. Yeah, so it gets us some more of these flowers. So say you're in a world and you can't explore that much, but to get your mystical flowers that you need to start Botania, you can go ahead and you can combine red dye, yellow dye, and then you take bone meal, and you get floral fertilizer. I'm not sure if this works on dirt. I'm hoping it works on dirt. It does work on dirt. So yeah, I just clicked the ground and a whole bunch of mystical flowers spawned. So just go ahead and click around. You know, you'll get a whole bunch of these flowers. And this is really useful if you don't have a certain color or you're just low in general and you have like a skeleton farm or something like that. So just click around and then we go around collecting all these. And let's get this living rock. I'm always going to be mining this pure daisy. Honestly, I should make more of them, but we're low on petals right now. So I don't really want to, I don't want to use more white ones making more of these. So what I'm going to do, boom, that should start up right away. Yep, there it goes. So what I want to do is I want to make a couple more of these Endoflames so we can produce a little bit more mana than what we are right now. Because we're not producing much. Like that small sliver is all the mana we've produced so far. And we need a lot of it to do stuff. So I'll be right back after I craft a couple of them. Alright guys, I'm back here. So I just want to fill you guys in a few more. I made a couple more of these thermal lilies. And you can see we're starting to generate a little bit more mana now. Just over time. And then I also made a runic altar, which I showed you in the last kind of clip. But altar... This is kind of a crafter for Botania, so it's living rock, and it's either a mana pearl or a mana diamond. And how you get a mana diamond or mana steel is basically you walk up to the mana pool, and I just chuck a mana diamond into there, or a diamond, and then I get a mana diamond. I can chuck an iron ingot into there, I get a mana ingot. You can also chuck sugar and redstone, and then you get mana powder. All of these are kind of used in Botania's crafting, so I really do recommend that you stock up on a couple of these. I've done a couple different things in between clips, which I'll fill you in later. I actually want to put down the second chest here. Yeah, and then I also wanted to show you guys this. So, I also have bone meal in here. So whenever you're getting low on petals, what I recommend doing is you can just place them on the ground. And once you place them on the ground, go ahead and get some bone meal. And you can just go boom, 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 boom. And these make double tall magical plants. And then you take shears. You have to use shears to get these, I warn you in advance. But if you use shears to get them, you then can get 4 per large plant. So then I just went up to 16, which is pretty nice. Yeah, but I've done that for most of these just to make sure that we have like a large stored up quantity of them. I wanted to make sure that we didn't run out at any point. Once Actually, I could even do more of them now that I got more bones, but I was running low on bones earlier. That's why I didn't continue with all of them. That's why like pink has barely any in there. But yeah, not that bad. But I want to show you how the runic altar works. So the runic altar requires mana. So what you have to do is you have to link a mana spreader to your mana pool. And then you have to link it over to the mana spreader. So I do, so it's boom, boom. Oh, this is an infinite loop right now. So right now, this is... Oh, I think it has to be right on top, doesn't it? That's what I'm mixing up here. So that mana spreader should be hooked up to... I don't know where my axe went either. Oh, there it is. That mana spreader should be linked up to this mana pool. So we plop that there, say target that. And then I also want to throw some more coal into those guys. In the early game, you practically always want to be generating mana, so I just constantly try to keep throwing coal in there. So that's generating. So now we're going to get into runes. Now, runes are used in a whole bunch of things. The thing that I want is the Thermal Lily, which is a very fast way to generate mana. It uses lava and it generates a massive amount of lava. But you see in the crafting recipe, we need these runes. Now, these runes... You can shift left click on them and then you can see how to make them. These runes require the runic altar. They require a mushroom, a mana powder, a mana steel, some sort of stone, and a block of coal. And then, so how we do this is we have to make sure that that's there. And then it also tells you how much mana you're going to use. So this is going to use a very small sliver. And if you look in here, we actually have more than that saved up right now. So we can go ahead and make this. So what you're going to want to do is I'm going to want this mushroom. Let's see. I want a piece of stone. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can count that. A piece of stone. I can't remember the rest. A mana steel and a mana powder. Mana steel, mana powder. Boom, there. And basically I'm just right clicking all these on here. And you see now it's starting to generate, and you see there's a little like completion bar over there by that. To the right of the screen where you see the actual rune, there's a green little circle that's going around. It's telling you how far the like crafting process is. Basically once this crafts, you're going to need a living rock to actually make the rune, and then you're going to need, I think you might need the wand. I can't remember this. But yeah, the more mana you pump into here, the faster it's going to go. So you can speed this up a lot. So yeah, so rock, that makes the rune, and then you just right click it with your staff. And we got 2 runes of earth. And now let's go ahead and get the Rune of Fire is the next one that we need. So back up, Rune of Fire, Gunpowder, Netherwort. Ooh, Netherwort. Let me think about this. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so I explored the Nether a little bit and just found a fortress, got some Netherwort real quick. Or not really. I really just sped run it. Like there's a fortress not too far from our nether portal, and I just ran in there, grabbed that real quick. What else do we need? Oh, we need a nether brick. Okay. Mana powder. We have everything else. Let's boom. Boom. Mana powder. Okay. And then let's go get a piece of netherrack to smelt it up. Oh yeah, while I'm down here, I'll explain all the machines. I went a little bit wild with a couple machines. So basically, I wanted hold on. Botania requires a whole bunch of ender pearls. And we haven't found the end yet, so the only good way that I could think of getting ender pearls is ender lilies. And these are little plants that over time they will grow you ender pearls. But they require endstone. And endstone, there's no way to craft it really. The only way I can get ahead on it is to use a fluid transposer. And that uses resonant ender and a piece of sandstone. So what I had to do is I had to throw a ender pearl into a magma crucible that turns it into resonant ender. Then that goes into the fluid transposer, and the fluid transposer fills the sandstone with resonant ender, and it creates endstone. And I had to make the induction smelter because you need the induction smelter to make hardened glass. And the hardened glass you need to make the magma crucible. So it's just this chain that I had to go down in order for me to actually get stuff. And let's go check on that ender lily. Ender lilies take a very long time to grow. So you have to kind of watch them. Yeah, that hasn't grown at all. And also, I just set up a little farm here. If you notice, I've been eating bread instead of berries. That's just because, yeah, bread. I'm going to upgrade to the veggie sticks, probably. I'm not sure, though. Veggie strips, I think it's called. So that's why I have the beans growing. Not 100% sure. I just want a bunch of crops at this point, so I have options. So let's go get that netherrack, or that nether brick. Boom. And actually, while I'm here, I'm just going to throw a bunch into there. Because I'm going to need to make more runes eventually, so having nether brick on demand isn't a bad idea. And let's just jump right up. Basically, this is how I've been getting up to the Botania area, because this is the fastest way instead of going up all the stairs. That'll drastically change once we have flight, but right now we don't have flight, and that's why I'm doing Botania, is that I want flight and I don't want cheaty, like OP creative flight. I want balanced flight, and Botania has a fairly balanced flight system that's later into the mod. So, you know, that's something to look forward to. Alright, we got this. Go ahead and throw that. And now we're making the fire rune. Let's get our living rock ready. And then what else does the thermal lily require? It requires a red and 2 oranges. And we can actually make 2 of these. So we're going to need 4. Right, and then I'm going to need a bucket. Boom. Let's get that bucket. Okay, and then we need... Nope. Does that work? That does work. Okay, you can just toss the living rock on there. I didn't know that worked. So that... So now we can go over to the Petal Apothecary. We can draw up 1 rune of fire, 1 rune of earth, 2 orange, 1 red, and there is our thermal lily. And now we can start producing a lot more mana than what we've been doing. And I'm gonna go ahead and make the second one of that. Oh, there's no water in there. That would do it. Okay, so boom. And then let's go ahead and boom, 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 boom. And seed. There we go. So we got 2 thermal lilies. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab some buckets of lava so I can show you basically how fast these things actually are. I'll be right back. Alright, let's try this out. Let's just go ahead and put these guys like here and here. And let's grab the dank knoll. And I'm gonna warn you now. Oh, why is that gravel? That's annoying. I'm gonna warn you now, do not put lava right next to these guys, because if you're on a server, what can happen is the server can glitch out and these won't absorb the lava automatically, and then you just have a whole host of issues after that point. And you know, it's a sad day. So I always make these little canals. These are just temporary so I can show you. What I want to do is I want to get a mana spreader. You know, let's just pop it right there. And let's get a secondary mana pool going right there. Just that way you guys can see how much they produce. And then let's go ahead and take a bucket of lava, place it right there. Gets absorbed automatically. The second one right there. And just let these... There it goes. And you can see that line growing already in the corner, even if it is ever so slightly. But granted, I've probably wasted like 3 stacks of coal on these endo flames. I've used 2 buckets of lava on this one so far, and even the mana spreader is still full over there. The mana spreader is just having a time of its life. The ender lily is still burning through stuff, and we're just producing a lot of mana right now. As time goes on, you can see the ender lilies, like that's their internal battery almost, and it was still full for quite a while. That one's going down finally. Mana spreader. You see those 2 buckets got us like a quarter of what we have in here. So I want to go ahead and automate this a little bit. And it's going to take me some time, and I'm going to have to think about the best way to do it. But for now, that's been all. My name's been Killer Kitty Catta. I'm here on the FTB Revelations server. If you guys enjoyed the episode, feel free to like, subscribe, do any of the above. And if you want to come on here and play with me and all these beautiful people, wow, there's only 3 of us on tonight. That's unusual. There's like 5 or 6 most nights. Yeah, but if you want to come on here, you can figure out my Patreon down in the description below. It goes a long way. It helps me support the channel. It helps me produce more videos. Helps me produce more videos more often. Helps me produce videos more often. That's the better phrasing. And yeah, it goes a fantastically long way, and I would appreciate it so much if you consider doing it. And even if you're not planning to play on the server and you just like watching, feel free to like throw $1 my way. It helps out a lot, and I mean that. You guys mean the world to me, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Peace, peace.